Hey everybody, we are actually in the eye wall of a slightly stronger Ada. It is unbelievably whipping here. We are crazy rain. I'm tucked in the truck here perfectly.
Storm clouds moving in.
But man, I got some video footage. Crazy. Let me see if I can get outside. Let me see if I can. You just wouldn't believe how much rocking the truck is doing. Oh shit! Crap. I lost my damn door on me.
Then it's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way.
We're in the eye of Ada here in Key Largo.
It's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry.
Tremendous amount of
that they try to hide.
Wind coming in.
Just look on Mark's page. Drunk donkey
Currently. I'm semi-protected here by my truck, so no worries. But
they don't understand.
semi-protected. I don't want to get the camera wet. Man, the trees beside me are completely sideways.
You want to know it first, and you want to know it right, and you want to have time to play.
I'm not sure what the gusts are, but definitely this is a tropical storm. I think we're seeing a little higher gusts.
Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm, if it's gonna be a hurricane.
I got the back turned right now, and trying to keep the camera from getting wet. We're in Key Largo. We're in the eye of Ada.
Yeah, here in Mark's Bay, Drunk Donkey Nation cry.
All right, I'm gonna look at. All right, good morning. What's up? It's Monday. We are coming to you live. Shelly messaging me. What's up, Shelly? That was video. I gotta turn my video off. I got too many noises popping in on my ears here. Bam, 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 bam. That was Tropical Storm Ada down in Key Largo 2 years ago. We had our infamous Ada, which brought in weather, double whammy storm. First it was down in the Keys, and it brought all the flooding up through Pinellas County, remember? Hillsborough. So Shelly says I'm better now. Shelly said I was echoing. All right, so what's cooking? All right, so we got the week ahead. We got tropics over with. First storm done. We should do a calendar here. Let me get Louie up. We should do like a countdown, like 1 down, 20 to go. Alex actually is right above our head right now. Louie, up here. See Louie? Right there. There's Alex, right above us. And it brought some windy rains and waves to Bermuda early morning before sunrise, and it's on its way out. It's spinning away. Got 65-mile-an-hour winds at the 5 o'clock advisory. So yeah, it became tropical off the Gulf Stream, just as expected. It was expected to be a tropical storm before that, but it didn't happen. Now it did happen once it got over that Gulf Stream. It got a little more tighter circulation, but hey, effects were the same, right? It didn't matter if it was PTC, TD1, TS Alex. We had serious flooding across South Florida. 14, almost 15 inches of rain in Hollywood and surrounding areas. That's a lot of rain, man. A foot plus. There's a lot of flooding going on. It was pretty significant. We had a little bit of rain. Remember we did our Friday night video here? And we were talking about that little spinning around extra little bit of moisture that might come up to the Tampa Bay area, and it indeed got us Saturday morning. It didn't last very long, but it did delay softball just a little bit, and brought some rain to Oldsmar Saturday morning. So props to the HRRRR for winning that one. Amanda, yeah, our dog is not very happy. What's up, Jim, Bella, Arwen? Yeah, hey, Agatha to Alex, right? I didn't even know that they had named Pacific or British storms. Good morning there, Dale Keinberg. What's up? Lightning are winners. Yep. A lot of Lightning fans out there. Well, 41 seconds ago, the Lightning scored their winning run, 3-2. How about that? It's staying alive. Morning from Key West, Brian Fields. Good morning, David Berryhill from Carolina. Vicky Hill. What's up, Eric? How's my boy doing? The Rays, man, they got to get their butts together. Shelly's planting olive trees. John, yeah, he is. He's a good boy. Had a little fun Saturday night on Facebook. You can tell when the tropics are quiet when I start ranting about non-weather stuff. Softball was fun, man. Yeah, Dale, she did a great weekend. They wore out, man. They had 5 games on Saturday or Sunday. And was it not the hottest ever Sunday? I swear, I'm Florida born and raised, Florida cracker. One of the few in my age bracket, born in Bradenton. Love my West Central Florida peeps. But it felt hotter than normal. I don't know what it was. So our poor girls were out there. They played 5 games yesterday. They made the championship, but they were out of steam. And you know what? When the parents are out of steam, sitting in the shade, sitting on their booties, you can't expect the kids to play very well. So, oh, man. Yeah, PTC is something new they did a few years ago. Potential tropical cyclone makes a lot of sense, right? Because as the storm's approaching land, in the past, if that storm had a chance of bringing tropical storm watches or warnings or even hurricane watches or warnings, they weren't allowed, technically, scientifically. We couldn't have watches or warnings on a storm that didn't exist, right? And it caught some people off guard because it might be a storm, less than 24 hours away. So PTC gives the National Hurricane Center a chance to issue watches and warnings to let people have that 36-hour window of 48-hour window for watches without a storm actually being there yet. So it makes a lot of sense. PTC now, they can issue a cone, let people know that there's something coming. Because in the past, believe it or not, before PTC, they weren't issuing watches or warnings or cones until we actually had a storm. Hunter, you mad? So the deal today was Emily sleeping. And I had to pick what dog to grab. And I thought Hunter was curled up. Now he's over here. I think he's jealous. So let's say hi to Hunter real quick, and then we'll talk a little weather. There's really not a lot to go on. Let me grab him. Come here, buddy. Whoa, God, I almost fell over. Let me get Hunter. You little sucker. Oh, goodness. All right. I almost had a rollover. Jim Bell, good morning. What's up, Rachel? This is Bradenton. Hey, Rachel, how's old Bradenton? Do you still smell Tropicana? That's one thing about Bradenton. Tropicana plants right down there, and you can smell the orange blossoms. Every time I hear orange blossom, I think of Charlie Daniels. So, Double Dog Monday. It's a Double Dog Monday. Hey, when we don't have a lot of weather to talk about, we'll bring both dogs. Okay. So we are live all week, and guess what? And Monday we have a cruise planned. The kids didn't go on the Mike's Weather Page cruise, and they were very highly disappointed. So that's our summer vacay. We're taking the kids on a cruise. We get to go live next Monday, though. So we will be live next Monday, but then we're off Tuesday. But I don't see anything coming, I hope. Shh. You're getting worked up. All right, go back to see Emily. I got to talk weather. We got to talk weather. So anyway, we're live all week, whether or not. Hey, Yohel, how's it going? Yohel had some good old Kobe's Steakhouse I saw. Hint, hint. I almost tumbled off the camera. Good thing I was wearing pants. You just never know. All right, so what's cooking Monday morning? So big thanks to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, our daily brew brought to you daily, almost daily, brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits here in Florida. Everybody loves them. The ones that do live in Florida love our ABC family, and it looks like they're opening up a new store in Largo soon. I might be doing a special meet and greet at their grand opening, so that'll be a lot of fun. We'll be looking forward to that for sure. Hey, another thing I wanted to bring out real quick. this is for my local peeps here in Clearwater. I talk about Emily and Sarah with school all the time, right? And I love our Pinellas County school system, but Emily struggles in math, right? Well, we had friends that told us about mathnasium, and she took it, and her grades, like, she was struggling in algebra, tried everything, tried tutors, tried this, tried that. Well, we got her hooked up with this mathnasium in Countryside, and she loves it. So she's got to go today. But we have a lot of parents. I'm old now like you guys. We're in our 40s. We have kids. And I can't do algebra anymore. I can't do geometry. So I highly recommend them. Any future parents out there that need help in math, there you go. Because they helped Emily a ton. And thank you so much. Because her grade's finally up. That GPA is everything in softball. Everything. Let's take a look here while we chit you there. Models pinned it perfect. They got a big band early this morning. Looks like it's all dry air now behind it. So if you're in Bermuda, I have a feeling it's done. Sun's coming out. It's over. You probably slept right through it. Does anybody live in Bermuda? Let me know. I think you all slept right through it. And the yellow circle, if you're wondering, that's supposedly the wind band, by the way. It's the tropical storm force winds. So you could be still windy in Bermuda right now. I did see our buddy Hurricane Tracker app on Twitter posted the Bermuda. One of the cameras showed some boats that were unanchored. They lost their ropes and were drifting around in Bermuda from the tropical storm. So I'm sure they got wavy and windy. Hopefully everybody tied down their boats. There you go. And what makes it tropical? Listen, they have a set of parameters, right? It wasn't Tropical Storm Alex before Florida because it didn't have a closed low. It was very elongated. You know, we showed that a bazillion times. Once it got over that Gulf Stream, it tightened up, and the hurricane hunters found a nice, tight, little low-pressure system. You know, it had circular counterclockwise winds. It actually got pressure down into the low 980s, believe it or not. Borderline hurricane. The winds currently are 65. So it did indeed do what it did. It did do what it did. How's that for a weather forecast? Alex did do what it did supposed to. Is that maybe I should go to math day. Maybe I should go to English Asium. Hey Zoe, you're in Bermuda? I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, and first thing I do, I know it's crazy, after I look at TikTok. No. I flipped on the old radar here, and you can see it. Let's take a look. This is Weather Nerds. And it's beautiful satellite imagery here on Weather Nerds. Check it out. So it is it is technically still tropical storm because it's got a tight circulation. However, it's losing that convection around the center. So more than likely it'll become possibly a subtropical Alex because the convection now is spread outwards. But it has a tight little core, and it's right over there top of, you can see it. I'll bring up some more maps here. It's really sexy. There it is. You can see the circulation right here. Take a look at that. You can see it spinning. We got spinach. This is the band that made its way through Bermuda early hours. It came smacking through overnight right before daybreak. That's it. No more storms. Sunshine's out. It's windy a little bit. But there you go. That's it. What do you want to talk about? Alex, gone. Bye-bye. Wind alert. We can take a look here. Wind alert. See if there's any winds packing over that way. We can get some stations. Possibly. Oh, 43 right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I love wind alert. It's so sexy. It's word of the day. So there's our low pressure system right to the north. In which direction? I have to remind I've finally learned this after all the years. Low pressure is counterclockwise. I used to mess that up all the time. But look at the winds, man. It's so cool, right? Look at that. 24, 29, 43. So it is windy in Bermuda as the winds churn in around our little Alex. So there's people in Bermuda. Hey, Jim Bella, thanks for the names there, buddy. Wouldn't that be something if Arwen was, so we had Alex, no, we had Agatha to Alex to Arwen. That would be a triple dipper. So there you go. What's up, Becky Carwell? Good morning. What's up, Spinach? No turnips. No turnips. What's up, Harold? How's it going out west? I don't know, Brian. You know, we might have done that math when we were kids. I don't know. But, man, I don't know. I think we were smarter. Remember that TV show that came out, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I wasn't smarter than a fifth grader. Darcel, yeah, I thought I was going to be an engineer one time, so I went and picked up the calculus book, and it was that big. That's why I tell every meteorologist, I will bow before you. I am so honored to be in your presence because meteorologists have to learn so much math. They are rocket scientists in the math world to get any sort of degree in meteorology. That's why I'm a meteorologist, not a meteor. I'm a meteorologist. All right, so enough about Alex. We know it's windy in Bermuda, and then that's it. Locally here, we got some storms. You know, normal time of the year. I mean, the big news, I guess, out in Texas right now is very hot. 110-degree heat indexes are coming in South Texas. It gets hot in Texas. I was going to post that this morning, but then I was like, you know, then I would I'd get 10 comments saying, it's Texas, it's hot. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. So, hot in Texas. There's no watches in effect. So, all the storms are brewing here. Now, listen. So, we got a little green in Florida. This is interesting. Now, all these little spots. I'm going to zoom through the SPC. Then we're going to focus on Florida. Then we'll focus on the tropics. Because there are signs we can have a little something in about 10 days. Dublin. Hey, Rhonda, one of my best friends lives in Dublin. His name is, can't remember. No. It's Donnie Thigpen. He works at a paint store. We grew up racing together. Donnie Thigpen. Look him up. Especially if you're single. I don't know if he's got a girlfriend right now. Wouldn't that be kind of odd? We met through Mike's weather page. Miguel, yeah, 11 inches of rain. Unbelievable. Hey, John, how's it going down south? Yohel, we can admit that. Yohel's going on the cruise. We're going to have a good time. Our MWP cruise. Good morning, Lake City. Delana? Is that right? Delana? I hope I got that right. Becky, nothing's cooking. What's up? Bacon, I hope. The coffee's still hot. All right, so here's Storm Prediction Center real quick if you want to know what's going on in the rest of the world. This is what we got. This is today. This is tomorrow. This is Wednesday. We got a little bit of day 4, day 5 outlooks. There's day 4, day 5. So that's a little interesting. Day 5 could get into our viewing. So when I say viewing audience, other than poor Harold, it's usually in the coastal areas. But look at day 6 or day 5. Day 5's inching down a little bit. So, all right. Today's weather, real quick. We got storms possibly along the Florida coast here. This is our normal afternoon thunder showers. Let's get a little more detail on Florida here. More detail. We are in zone 4. There it is. So we could have some storms here across Florida. Our typical afternoon thunderstorms are going to develop and be a little more heavy on the East Coast today, up into Georgia. So there you go. Afternoon heat. Thunderstorm season's here. There you go. Normal stuff. Blah, 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 right? All right. Future tropical weather. Let's get talking. Let's hype some stuff up. So I did post this earlier. This is kind of interesting. Let me go ahead and find it. How could I find it? Let me see here. I did reshare it yesterday. Let me go to my Twitter list here and find it. So, all right. So the big news, I guess, in the tropics world is this post right here. This is from the European seasonal outlook just came out, and there we go. Perfect zoom, Boylan. Minnesota, Robert Bowman. What's up, Mr. Truck Driver? Are you close to Hinckley? Luann Cartwright. There you go. I'm not a matchmaker. All right, so here's a little bit of tropics news. Then we're going to talk about long-range tropics tracking. Hey, don't forget, listen, Florida, you are in your sales tax holiday right now. Big time. Big stuff. We'll post, maybe I'll post a little link later, including all the stuff. course, the big ticket item is our friends at Furman. You can get free sales tax. That's a lot of money you save right there. But they wanted me to let you know this is a big deal. Everybody, every one of you, tens of thousands of you that bought a Furman generator, get a swag bag mailed to you from them when you buy one online. Because when you buy one online from Furman, you get 30% off plus free shipping. Man, you can't beat that. They also send you a Mike's Weather Page swag bag full of awesome goodies with our logo on it. If you do happen to buy one locally, like at Costco or Lowe's or something, a Furman generator, they will still send you a swag bag. Just let them know. Just reach out. They trust you. Maybe a picture of a receipt, maybe, I don't know. Just, you can still get the swag bag in Florida if you didn't get it online. So if you're a Mike's Weather Page fan, you want some cool giveaway free stuff, and you want to save some money on the sales tax holiday and get a little generator, now's the time to do it, especially if you got a Costco card, whatever. Sometimes Costco has discount coupons that you can add towards stuff. So just wanted you to know that. I had an email from somebody that asked me that over the weekend. They're like, hey, can I still get the swag bag stuff if I got the generator? Yes. So this is back to the tropics. European came out with their long-range tropics outlook. Two really important graphics to show you. So this is what I heard. I don't know if it's 100%. We all learn from each other, but I heard over the weekend that this is the most aggressive European Atlantic season outlook ever as far as storms go. So just one model of many, but the Euro came out, predicting 11 hurricanes, which is about 3 more than normal. So that's a higher index than they normally pick. Usually you're averaged around 7. They're predicting around 11. That's almost 4 hurricanes more. So they're predicting, at least 11 hurricanes, which is 4 above average. Less in the Pacific, which obviously coincides with our El Nino or La Nina setup. So anyway, big news. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Doesn't mean get worried. Doesn't mean anything other than, hey, the Europeans predicting more hurricanes this season than ever. They're going all in. The other graphic here, let me share to you, is this little guy. Let's pull it up. This is your areas that they believe could be higher impacts based on climatology and current setups of, Bermuda high pressure, African monsoonal season, the amount of moisture that's predicted long-range models in the main development region, MJO long-range forecast, just the overall weather patterns that we're in. This is what they're predicting. And this is the hot bed here. So I'm going to zoom in closer. Red is just enhanced expected areas. Brown is the usual areas that we see. And blue is where they're considering less activity than normal. So let's zoom really close. It's a very pixelated model here, or graphic, but you get the idea. I'll just zoom it about right there. So the Euro is showing every area in red is where they're expecting a little bit more tropical activity. So take it for what it's worth. Just one model of many, but they're expecting the Caribbean and the East Coast flow with this high pressure obviously kind of pulling itself around closer to Florida. Now, I don't like this one little red spot right here. That's me. But sometimes these never pan out. There's no 100% proof of any of that stuff. So, people want to come to the Daily Brew for tropics talking. There you go. So, still predicting a higher above season, except from the Euro. All right, long range tropics watching. All right, so here's what we got. Hey, by the way, listen, Tom and Dan fans, I'll be on the Tom and Dan show today. We'll post a link at 11:30. You can watch the recording live, and then they usually replay it at night. It's on FM radio in Orlando, the Tom and Dan Show, and they also syndicate worldwide online on a bunch of different podcasts and stuff. So we'll put the link on there. I'll be there at 11:30 if you want to tune in and watch our live broadcast with Tom, Dan, and Sam from the show. It's always a lot of fun with Tom and Dan and Sam. So it'll be fun. You can watch us at 11:30 a.m. All right, so let's look at one thing first. So from here on out, we're going to talk about long range. It took me 30 minutes to get there. People get so amped up, man. There's nothing solid right now, first off. I've been seeing a lot of folks sharing models and getting everybody worked up again, but this is so far away. And listen, if we're going to have 20 named storms this season, there's going to be something 20 days from now. So you got to think of that. So the tropics are always going to be showing long range modeling. It's what, if you're put a 90-day map out, that runs into the June, July, August, almost September, right? You're going to see tropics, but this is what I do. All right, so let's go to the end of this week. This is the Euro water precipitable map, and this is kind of where it all begins. You can see a surge. All right, I'm going to stop right here. So keep your eyes about right here. There's a little bit of moisture out there coming off of Africa, right? Let's see with the NHC. I changed the okay, listen, so I changed the maps a little bit. Right here, look. So your surface analysis map right here, for some reason I had the full Atlantic surface somewhere over here somewhere, but that didn't really make sense. So I moved it today. Sorry. Current surface analysis. Full Atlantic surface right here. And look, I didn't even have to look there. I knew we were going to see it. There's a tropical wave right here coming off of Africa. This is the guy that the models that you might be seeing online that could end up here or here in about 10 days. We'll see. 10 days. 10 days. We could see this little guy trek across and it either end up being a Pacific storm or maybe into the Bay of Campeche. And so far, it just keeps on trucking. That is a pretty cool looking map. I could post that right there. That's everything in a nut. Hey. Eating that dang bone. I hate that sound, Hunter. Hunter chews that bone. He's like, good morning, Chris and Muth. How you doing? Tim Bullen, how's it going? You want to talk about snow, Tim? Hey, Tiffany, appreciate supporting over there. Delaney Parker, I hope I'm getting your name right, Miss Parker. Yeah, you got to run your generators. I don't care what brand you got. If you don't, man, that gasoline gets, especially this new gas with ethanol. It's highly encouraged to run some sort of gas stabilizer in your tank, and that'll help keep your lines from clogging. You don't want your little skinny. We'll just leave Mr. Piggy down there, I guess. You don't want your carburetor to get clogged up from gas because it can happen. So it's a good routine to once a month to run your generator, especially if you have a remote start generator. You got to keep that battery charged because batteries do drain on their own. So the best advice is just buy a little trickle charger. They're like $10-15 on Amazon, and you can almost leave it plugged in all the time. I mean, I do. Once it reaches full capacity, it stops charging. So, you got to keep the battery charged. Otherwise, when you go to use it, the battery won't charge. And who wants to pull? The days of pulling generators are over, folks. If you still pull a generator, you need to upgrade. Because the long days of the $5,000 Hondas are over. You can get a really good generator for well under $1,000 that has push button start, remote start, CO2 monitors on them. And I remember them days. There's a dude on TikTok finding old cars in junkyards. If you're a car guy like I am, it's cool to watch TikTok when you run across stuff like that. But there's a guy on TikTok that, let's see if it pops up on my feed, that he finds old cars and I better turn it down. I get a lot of news on there. I like TikTok because it's starting to figure out who I am. I see a lot of planes, a lot of NASCAR stuff. Here it is. No, Ford. Look at that old commercial. I love these. Check this out.
An experimental car that could be called a practical.
And that old voice. Remember him?
It is designed with a long hood, a grille that extends.
God, I love that, man. I love the old, a lot of boat stuff. They'll get a lot of weather, too. Look at that. Crazy. Some tornado stuff. So you can, I highly recommend it. Now, of course, my guy doesn't pop up now when I wanted to. Every now and then I run across some teenage girl dancing and I look like a weirdo and I'm like, no, I don't want to see that. Where's my guy at? I didn't even follow him. Oh, well. Anyway, it's called Will It Run, and he finds these old cars in junkyards, and they're a really good series because they, man, Ross Chastain made a lot of enemies this weekend. A lot of NASCAR stuff. I think that's because it's Monday. I got a lot of NASCAR stuff in my feed this morning. Another commercial. Somebody threw a helmet yesterday. All right. Well, prove me wrong. They must know I wanted to find it. All right, so we're going to go back to Precipitable water maps. I don't get distracted easily. All right, so we're watching this wave. Nothing. See, I'm not worried about it yet. I see, if I posted on every ensemble run that showed tropical development, eventually you're going to be right. So I don't do that. I wait until things really get confident before we go all in. So here's this moisture we're watching. It's going to be nearing the Lesser Antilles this week coming up, end of the week. So this little blob here ends up going here. And let me go to the GFS because as always the GFS is a little more aggressive. So we're watching our tropical wave here. Now watch what happens. It surges itself. Boom. This is Friday. This little juice box right here, Friday morning. So we got a lot of people watching the Lesser Antilles, Virgin Islands, Trinidad. That area, Barbados, rains are coming, a little bit of rain, a lot of tropical juice. Now, what happens when it gets over here? Watch this. Over the weekend, it starts to merge up with some Central America gyre juice, right? Everything just kind of ends up becoming one. And it kickstarts a little more juice here. This is Monday, a week from now, 13th. And that juice just keeps on barreling into Mexico, maybe southern Texas. So that is what the models are picking up. The purples and reds are tropical juice. You can see the general flow here, too, of this gyre system where we just get rotation, big, broad area rotation here. And so, we're watching two different areas. That's what I posted earlier. Nothing saw. This is the GFS. We fast forward to the Euro, the exact same timestamp, and you can see this is the weekend juice here. And watch it kind of merge a little bit, and there is a little bit of juice towards 10 days here. This is a week from Wednesday, 10 days from now. So, that's what the models are predicting. We'll take a look at some long-range modeling. So far, it's kind of hovering here in the Bay or Pacific. So some of your operational runs, we go about 10 days to here's Monday. There's that general area that's being picked up on. This is on the GFS here on Tropical Tidbits. So there's our wave kind of merging. You can see it pop up right here. This is next Monday, Tuesday on the GFS. This is that surge of moisture out there right now, and it kind of makes its way across and just keeps on. Now, these little pop-up storms, they're not. That's nothing right there. That's nothing to show right now. We know this is the energy source coming across that we're going to be watching. So, again, this is next Monday, Tuesday, a week from next. And it does that or that way too early to even know. So, I'm not really at the point yet to start sharing online posts, I guess, about it until we know for sure. But there you go. There's that. Let's take a look at the euro. Nothing really show. That's a 6Z, 00Z. There's that little juice sliding in. Very weak signature here. Almost nothing on the euro. CMC Canadian model, it did show it a little bit. There's 10 days. So here we go. This is next Monday. There's our juice, and kind of hangs out here 10 days from now. So there you go. Blah, blah, blah. Canadian, a little bit of it too. So that's it. I mean, we look at ensemble model runs. These kind of get scattered. Remember, the one thing about ensembles that are tricky, and I got to be careful showing them too much, because there's 31 different members of the GFS, and you know, not all of them. See, you get really confusing if you go out too far, because they start scattering everywhere. But you know, if we look at next Tuesday, you know, there is a cluster, equally cluster on both sides, starting to, you know, possibly show here. Whether or not we get them or not, we'll see. But that's a week from next. The European ensembles for 10 days out, starting to show, you know, yeah, it's real scattered Pacific, you know, nothing really to get too worked up about. So, but here's why I point that out too, is because if we look through the week here, there's really nothing. So we know this week there's really nothing brewing, and that's how tropics are. They take a little break sometimes and then they come back. So things, you know, are starting to show up a little bit more into the early part of next week, that we could be watching something down in this general area. But it's just too early to really get too worked up yet. Here's next Monday. There you go. This is the Canadian model. You know, and then it kind of does that. So it's worth pointing out. It's just not worth getting everybody worked up yet. This could be the next area to watch. How you like that? Does that make sense? That's right, Shelly. I moved. Remember when I used to call Shelly Sheila? Hey, John, you can have him bring it to you personally on the cruise, buddy. So, yeah, let's look at some of these rainfalls. So, did you hear Hollywood had almost 15 inches of rain? I think I talked about it earlier, but. So, anyway, that's it. I'm watching it. We'll wait before we really start going all in on posting about it yet. Because it'll bite ya. Definitely will bite ya. All right, so, you know, we go out 10 days. Here's SpaghettiOs. You get confused with that. These, I guess, would be my clickbait models that get people worked up. But, you know, maybe I'll post one just to get some likes. But you got to remember, 31 members of the GFS. This is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eight members a week from Wednesday show this. 8 of 31, so 25%. That's why you can't get too worked up yet, you know. But it is, you know, it is worth watching. And, of course, I'll be on a cruise. That's really great, Mother Nature. Yeah. Damn. Oh, I'm not too. I just don't want to. I just don't want to go with the GFS yet. 10 days out, the Euro has been pretty good so far this season on sniffing out tropical stuff. When you go 10 days out on the Euro, it just keeps on trucking our wave here. Let's see, here's 10 days. But it just keeps on flowing that way. So that's what the Euro's got. GFS obviously a little more aggressive. It was wrong with Invest 90. GFS was wrong with PTC 01 Alex, Agatha. So we'll just keep a watch on that. But yeah, we're watching it. People like to know, where do we watch next? And we still got this enhanced wave of MJO that's now extending all the way to the end of June. Interestingly, they updated this. So this is all the way to the end of June here. This is your MJO Kelvin wave of action. This helps thunderstorms ignite. So if we were to get something, you know, we're enhanced here. Looks like Mark and Mindy. Remember the Mark and Mindy UFO? Like an egg? I don't know what made me think of that. I haven't thought of that dang show in forever. What the hell made me think of that? I have no idea. Look. The next name on the list, by the way, is Clyde, not Mark. That's what I just thought of. So, there you go. We got an egg. The Mork and Mindy, not Mark. Mork and Mindy. That was one of my Friday night. Alex was named, Steve. Yep, still named. Yeah, every time I plan vacation, we get a chit chat. And I'm not canceling the cruise, people. I got good friends in low places. All right. I will 100% be connected on the ship. I'm going to point people to Paul Delgado and Dennis Phillips because I love those guys and I believe in those guys and I think like they do. So when you respect people, you don't say they think like you because then it's like egotistical. I think like them because they are up here. I'm down here. They are real Mets and I trust them to death. Man, did you pee in the house again? We were at the ball field 16 hours yesterday, so they had a little pee in the house. I can't get mad at them. They got little bitty baby bladders. Just a minute, buddy. Come here. I know you got to go. He's just sitting there looking at me. Watch this. This is so cool. This is my boy. Look, he's just sitting there looking at me. I have to show you a picture. There. This is Hunter. Is that not the look of Dad? I got to go. He's just standing there. Just a minute. You can wait. Nanu. Remember that? Who can y'all do that? Oh no, that was Spock. No, didn't they do the handshake on Nanu? Was that the Nanu handshake? Hey, don't you think about it? Come here. Oh, I like that slogan, Steve. Naughty puppy. Come here. Where you going? Come here. Here. Chew a toy. Anyway. God, John's ordered 2 more. Holy cow. All right, well, that's it. Let's take a look at the radar just for friends and folks here along the coast. I'll keep an eye definitely on this possibility of something in the Western Caribbean in around 10 days, 8, 9, 10 days from now. Too early to go all in and get you worked up on it yet. Like I said, I could post every week we could post something, but I like to wait until we see a little bit more model consistency. But we do know that the MJO is technically good and there is a wave coming, so two things that a system needs. All right, so let's look at everybody in the Gulf Coast U.S. today and take a look at the radar coming. This is 12Z, just got done. I got to remember that 10 o'clock, 12Z's done. So I got this little low rolling through Little Rock, Arkansas right now. As a matter of fact, check this out. I got buddies in Arkansas. Look at this. This is a pretty good looking little line of storms coming through Arkansas right now, making its way. See it coming through. Come here. He wants to play now. So that line's going through Arkansas. All right, we got a little bit of storms developing here coming in. That could be leftover lingering the frontal line that Alex kind of swinging up into the East Coast here. So you're going to have some storms here this morning, still lingering here across the East Coast this morning. Jacksonville's up through Charleston. That's actually a little bit of lingering, believe it or not, that frontal line. If we go back and look at our surface charts here, you'll see that frontal line right here. So Alex kind of merged with that frontal line just a little bit right here, but this is a little lingering frontal line here that's kind of bringing action across the East Coast this morning, right now. So that's that. A little bit of Alex leftovers. You're getting a little Alex leftovers. Look at all these graphics. I did a lot of drawing today. I'm closing windows. All right, so there's that. So here's later today. Watch, we're starting to get some juicy pops here. Our moisture popping here on the Florida Peninsula here. This is getting into noontime. And there they fire up. 2 o'clock. Bam! Across the state. Look at that. Bam, 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 bam! There's your storms. This is 3, 4 o'clock. Look at that. Down in Miami. All over. That's a normal thunderstorm. That's normal summer stuff there. Boom, boom, boom. But what you like about the HRRRR is that it shows you the flow. And the flow is going to be back out to the sea. Look at that flow. Holy cow. What's happening down in Key West? Oh, my goodness gracious. You're going to have some more. Look at that junk. Where did that come from? This is overnight into tomorrow morning. Jeez. Hey, if you're down in the Keys and if you're laying there in bed right now, first get your asses up. Secondly, if you're hanging out of the Keys and you were thinking you were going to go out in a boat or do something tomorrow, do it today, because look what happens. Bam! This is tomorrow morning. I don't even know what that is coming up. So juicy day down in the Keys, first part of tomorrow. That's water spout material too. You're going to get some water spouts in the morning. Hunter! I see you sniffing. All right, so there's your storms today popping. Let's zoom in on Florida a little bit more, since that's pretty much all the action that we're seeing right now as far as anything. This is today. Boom, 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 boom. What I love about the HRR, this is 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. I watched the flow. You can learn so much on this model, and the flow today is this way. So whatever pops in the middle of the state. Now what are you doing? Hey, man, that dog is hyper today. Well, we weren't around all day yesterday, so he misses us. So the flow today, 4 or 5 o'clock, look what happens. Pushes itself off to the East Coast. So it looks like the West Coast of Florida doesn't get much today. Good day for Florida West Coast. Bad day for Middle Florida, East Coast later today. Now watch what happens down the Keys tomorrow. This is overnight tonight. Look at this energy popping up. Wow. That's through tomorrow morning. That's coming out of nowhere. So it's going to be messy down the Keys tomorrow morning up until midday. Looks like it goes away in the afternoon now, but look at that little burst of energy coming up. What the heck is that? I don't know. Well, you got a high pressure system here. So that's probably spinning in some of this extra juice here. This line will, I bet you that's it. It's got to be just leftovers. Actually, you could say it's Alex leftovers for tomorrow morning down in the Keys. Here's overnight tonight. Let's go to rain map. You'll see it. Here it is. And yeah, see, it just flows in. Watch the flow. This is overnight tonight. If you just kind of watch the Keys here. This is 5 a.m. tomorrow, but I'm going to rewind it. So watch. This is tonight. Watch this flow just pump in around that little high pressure system, and this is going to come through tomorrow. So there you go. So it's going to be a little rainy down in South Florida in the morning. It'll be gone, though, midday it looks like. So, all right. That's it. What else we got? That's about it. Sloppy Juicy, Vicky Hill. Where are you living at, Vicky Hill? I can look it up for you. Severe weather in your area. We can take a look at that. So don't forget, if you're bored working, you can watch the Tom and Dan show here at 11:30. I'll be on it. Good morning, Rose. Bubbling mess in Cuba. I didn't even look that far south. What's going on in Cuba? That might be what's bumping up. Well, it's all around that high pressure system. So yeah, it makes sense. So there's Cuba. So yeah, we're going to have this flow coming in. All this is probably going to get sucked up here a little bit overnight. Yeah. Oh, New Smyrna. Yep, Vicky, there you go. That's why. We got afternoon storms, basically, Vicky, today. I just showed it. So it's just normal afternoon thunderstorm stuff. It's just, it's hotter than normal. Well, it's not hotter than normal. I don't know if it's hotter than normal. I shouldn't say that. It's not hotter than normal. It's summertime. But yeah, storms can pop. Any place, anytime. So there you go. All right. Well, it was fun as always. I love chatting with y'all and met a lot of great fans this weekend. It's awesome during softball season. A lot of y'all say hello. It's great. We're doing something fun tomorrow night. Listen, if you're local, hey, Loretta Reed, how you doing? If you're local tomorrow night here in Oldsmar, I teased it a little bit. We're going to do a little bit more of it. We're going to have I don't know what to call it. It's going to be Taco Tuesday Hurricane Party through the season with Mike's weather page. Taco Hurricane Party. There you go. Where it's always a hurricane. So if you're in the area tomorrow night, I might do a little event. I don't care. I really, I believe in supporting local, and that's why I brought up the Countryside Mathnasium place, because they do a great job for the kids. But a little bar and grill here in Oldsmar. I'm trying to find a picture here real quick, and then I'll put my head up. I don't know if I saved his. Worst thing to do in life is to get a new text from somebody and then you don't save their name. And then you got to look at all these numbers. All right. So here's a cool thing. So over the years, people always ask if we have our shirts, and I never do because you have to buy them from a third party. But I went ahead and we're gonna have these little guys. That's kind of our koozie that has the Distraught logo. People love it. So we're going to make a limited run of shirts that are one color distressed that you can only get in person. So if you're local and you want one, we'll have them tomorrow night. Hopefully like $20, cheap. But we'll be doing that. But it's anyway, Oldsmar Tap House tomorrow night, Taco Tuesday, Sarah's favorite place on the planet. You know that. We go there every Tuesday night, and we got a band tomorrow night, a local fella. Actually, his name is right here, Overdue Bill. He looks like Charlie Daniels, and he sings classic rock country. He's got a lot of original Florida songs. He's from Florida. I love the guy, so that'll be a lot of fun. So if you're bored tomorrow night in the Pinellas County area, Upper Pinellas, South Pasco, or Western Hillsboro, come on out for some tacos and hang out with the Mike's Weather Page family tomorrow night. So there you go. Cool beans. Hope you have a great day. I got to go let Hunter out, go pee-pee. Daily Storms Dale for a while, buddy. And if you want to know, people ask all the time, if you want to know how to prepare for anything, this is a great book. I get people ask me all the time how to prepare. This is an awesome book by Aaron Titus. We have a link on there for him. But believe it or not, people ask all the time, how do I prepare for anything? Storms, floods, power, everything. So we'll end it with that. All right. Listen, y'all are great. I love you, the MWP family. We will be back live tomorrow. Slowly starting to watch Tropics in about 10 days, possibly in the Western Caribbean. Nothing solid yet. Middle country storms. Local weather, Florida, East Coast storms brewing today after middle, crossing the east throughout the day today. A little bit of lingering frontal line along the East Coast this rest of this AM morning, maybe a little bit in the early afternoon. The Keys in the morning tomorrow will be a little rocky down there in the Keys, so keep an eye on the morning showers down south. So we'll see what that looks like in the morning. We'll see if it panned out as we go live in the AM. Have a great day. We'll see you on the Tom and Dan Show, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. See you.